next to me, running on dream. Cause I can't see how this could be reality. You're holding me close and I don't know, do I let you in? Do I let it show? All of my fears and all of my ghosts are the only thing I've ever known.
All right, everyone, welcome to this Monday edition of Morning Coffee. That intro music was provided by Brittany Taylor. That is more original music. She is Barbell Brittany on Instagram. You guys can go and give her a follow. Sorry, this one took me a little bit to get up. I ran into some technical difficulties. I'm going to shoot you straight. I love talking, and I think I have a pretty good message, but running a tech company, not my thing, not good. Anyway, this Morning Coffee is brought to you by, let's say, they're called Backyard Beans, and the name of the nitro is Punch in the Face. So we will see how this goes. A while ago, I did an episode called What If It All Matters? And the sort of presupposition behind what if it all matters is this idea that what if you were to act as if every interest that you ever had, every thought that you ever had, every encounter, nothing was a coincidence? What if it all mattered? See, because in my experience, the universe is constantly inviting you to come be part of it all, to not only fulfill the highest potential for your life, but also to positively impact all of the lives that fall within your sort of sphere of influence. And because of social media and all these things, we actually all have a much bigger sphere of influence than I think we actually recognize. But this idea about what if it all matters, I think one of the beautiful things behind it is, even if it were to not be true, is if you act as if it were, your life would be better. And typically with mindsets that I adopt, because I don't think anybody can really know anything for sure, the most important part is if we look at this and it were to turn out not to be true, would it still be a beneficial mindset? And I think by and large, acting as if every single thing in your life has meaning will inherently give it meaning. But that mindset is contingent on something, and that thing is you being here, now, in this moment. Because to be here and to be present in every moment that we have and every encounter is one of the hardest things that anybody in 2018 will ever actually have to face. Because not only do we have tons and tons of inputs coming into us on a daily basis that we know that humans never had to contend with before when we talk about the smartphone and social media and things like that. But on top of that, we also have this innate ability to go into situations with preconceived notions. And see, a preconceived notion will always be the murderer of the moment. Because as long as you're trying to author a moment before it happens, you are not going to be open to what it could possibly be. And that's the beauty of the moment. See, I think it's really interesting because whether you believe we're here by happenstance or you believe that God put us here or whatever it is that you believe, it kind of doesn't matter. The thing is, we have an opportunity right now. We've got this body, this meat wagon, this flesh vehicle that we can do whatever we want with. Now, the only thing that life guarantees us is the moment and each other. That's all we have in this life, for sure. Now, you can say other things we might have later on, and I think probably a lot of people mistakenly act like they'll always have something else coming up. When the reality is, even as I'm recording this right now, tons of people are taking their last breath. Right now, in this moment, as I take this breath, somebody else is taking their last. And so I think it bears repeating, the only thing that we're guaranteed in this life is the moment and each other. And so how unfortunate that you would wish for anything other than this moment. And you know, the interesting thing is, and I think a lot of it has to do with the phone, but we spend a lot of time avoiding both the moment and each other, which is ironic when that's the only thing we're given. But on the flip side, I think if you act as if everything matters, if you take every moment for what it is and you do your best to be completely present for people whenever you get the chance, I think that it almost is like a superpower in today's day and age because everybody is so goddamn disconnected from each other. And so now if you have the ability to be in the moment, to live in the moment presently, and to be open to what could be, then you sort of have an ability to look and see more possibilities in life. But as long as you're trying to author every single moment before it happens, you're going to close yourself off to experiences that could possibly lead to something much better. And that's the thing, we never know. We never know with those experiences. But I know that you know what I'm talking about. How many of you have literally made preconceived notions about somebody or something, and then you've gone to it and it was exactly like you thought, right? Because you literally authored the moment. You're like, this party's gonna suck. And so before you even went there, you made your mind up that the party was gonna suck. Now, every once in a while, you get there and the party is so much better than you thought it could be that it sort of overcomes that preconceived notion, and then you end up back in the moment, and that's a good thing. But a lot of times we just close ourselves off completely. What we do is we try to make things what we think they should be or what we think they're going to be instead of what they could be. That is the problem. That's the problem with the murdering the moment with preconceived notions. We do the same thing with people in relationships. A lot of times when we're meeting people and we want to be in a relationship, one of the things that we do is we try to make them what we want them to be instead of appreciating them for who they are. And the problem with that is you get a crush on somebody and you might know a little bit or a lot about them, but chances are what you know about them and what you want them to be are a little bit different. But because they have enough in common, you sort of, you try to push people into this mold, and we all do it. We literally all do it when we get in relationships. But the problem is over long periods of time, that creates a lot of pressure on that person to try to be what it is that you want them to be. And because you might not be aware of your own subconscious tendencies and wants, you might be trying to make them something and you're not even aware of what you're trying to make them. And so then I have to go back to this idea. It's like, are you trying to author every experience and every relationship prior to it happening? Or are you going into it, are you appreciating everybody for the person that they actually are and appreciating every moment for the thing that it actually is? You know, like I said, in my experience, the universe is constantly inviting you to come be part of it all. And I think that's through hard times and through good times. But the only way you're going to learn from hard times is if you quit trying to just get out of it and you just look around and figure out what got you there in the first place. And then with good times, same thing. If you have that ability to sort of stop and stand in it and relish it, you might find that you have actually more good times than you thought you did. So I would say going into this week, probably one of our biggest challenges is to just enjoy the moment for what it is and just be open to what it could have the possibility to be. Act as if there's no coincidence. Act as if every thought that comes in your head is something that you might want to pursue. And the good news is, even if that turns out not to be true, you're inherently going to give your life so much more meaning and thus open up so many doors. And so I hope you guys have a good week, and I'll talk to you tomorrow on Morning Coffee.